Hi, welcome to this tutorial number 10 in Audio Editing Basics with Reverb. In the last tutorial, I introduced you to using sound effects in Reverb. We added an equalizer to an audio track, which is a very common effect used to remove unwanted noises or frequencies, or simply to modify the color of the sound. Today, we will continue this work, adding a second effect plugin to the same track. In this case, we will add a Reverb plugin to add some reverberation or ambient sound to the track. The most important types of Reverb plugins used today are algorithmic and convolution plugins. The first type generates the reverberation sound by mathematical calculations, while the second applies a convolution process to an audio file, called impulse response. These impulse responses are short audio files recorded in real places, like cathedrals, concert halls, different types of rooms, etc. Usually, convolution reverbs sound more realistic, while algorithmic ones take less processing power in the computer and can generate very creative effects. Reverb has two very nice reverb plugins. One is algorithmic, called Reverb, and a convolution one called Reverb. Before using Reverb, you will need some impulse responses. Below, I have put a quick list of websites where you can download them for free. Pause the video now, have a look and download some of them. Then create a folder in your home directory called, for example, Reverb Impulses, and put them there. I will first demonstrate the use of Reverb, which is the easiest to set up. Go to the track header and click on the FX button. If you followed my previous tutorial, in which I introduced the audio effects, you should have also this ReaEQ installed. Now click on Add Effect and search for Reverb in here and click OK. As you can see, I have now two plugins installed. That means the sound will enter the equalizer and the output of the equalizer will go into the reverberation plugin. This is called a plugin chain. And here on the right you see these Reverb controls. The most important controls are this, which is a bypass. It allows you to deactivate or activate a plugin. It's also here in this button. Have a look at the sound. You can see it's a bit more dark, more dry. Now, dry and wet. These are very important and common controls in all sound effects. Many effects allow you to output a mix of the original audio, called dry sound, and the processed signal, called wet sound. This gives you a lot of fine control and routing options, which I will explain in future tutorials. For beginners, I suggest you start with 100% dry, 0% wet, like that. And while listening to the output, increase the wet value slowly until you hear the effect, but before it becomes too obvious. Now there is no reverberation at all. Now there is too much. It is really a matter of taste. room size, dampening, etc. Some of these parameters are self-explanatory, like room size, for example. This is a very, very big room, and this is a small room. Some of these parameters would require a deeper explanation, but my goal in this series is to keep things simple. So if you want to know more about reverb and effects in general, subscribe to get new updates of future tutorials. Another important section in all effects controls is the preset section. In here you have many configurations already defined. I usually start with Mix Alive and then change some values to adjust to my needs. After learning Reverb, we will explore the other reverb plugin included by default in Reaper, Reverb. Just go to the area in the left, the plugins list for this track, in here. I will disable first Reverb and now click Add again and use Reverb. This is how this second plugin looks like. You see it's a little different, but again we have this wet and dry controls, also the presets. Now to make this plugin work, we need to add this reverb impulse file. So click on this button and select File. Here is my reverb impulse responses folder. Just select one of them to give it a try, and you can see the waveform and the frequencies there. Feel free to explore other options. I usually, for example, like to include a filter. Using effects in audio requires a decent equipment to fully appreciate and adjust proper values. Use good headphones or monitors when possible. The more you experiment, the better you will become and better ear you will develop. I hope you like this tutorial of Introduction to Reverberation plugins in Reaper. This was the last of my 10 tutorials of audio editing and recording techniques for beginners, which serves also as an introduction to Reaper. I have more tutorials coming about more advanced audio techniques, MIDI and virtual instruments, etc. Please subscribe to get notified. Have a nice day. Bye.